Hi everyone, it's Derek from the iReady podcast here, and this is my reaction to the 1-0 defeat against Aberdeen at home tonight. How to sum up that game? Pish poor, really, wasn't it? It was just a scrappy game overall, to be honest, but we just were absolutely diabolical tonight. There was really not a lot to write home about for us at all. Not really a lot of players got pass marks. The defence, they weren't tested that often, to be honest, but they failed at the basic testing. They was very poor defending at the Aberdeen goal. McGregor, the only pass mark, but again he never had anything to do. I think Jack, tried in the first half to get stuff going, and he was putting in good challenges, but overall the team fell way short tonight. And once again, with playing Aberdeen squad, who, let's face it, they are not a good squad. They have got one ability, and that's to really just stifle play, and they do that well. I can't take that away from them, but they're not a skillful side whatsoever. Their league form really shows that, and it proves that. And they're a one-trick pony, and this is now the third time they've played us this season, and we've only managed one draw against them, and we've been beaten the other two games. It's not good enough, and they can take all the plaudits from that game, because they done their game plan, and they done it well. And I think a bit of indiscipline from ourselves as well, or rather from one player in particular, which we'll get onto, is really the deciding factor. But I mean, to round out the first half, we were very sluggish for the full first half, never really got going. Aberdeen looked to stifle the game, which really worked. They were on us quickly, and our passing was really poor, and it was often overhit as well. Too many sideways passes, not enough urgency going forward, and we had offered really little up front, as Aberdeen did at the same time though. And I think we were overrun in the midfield, and we're needing a wee bit more dig in midfield just to get us going. We started off fairly brightly in the first few minutes, and we looked up for it, but then Aberdeen got their goal in the 6th minute. It was a free kick floated into the box from the left, really not dealt with by the two defenders. Falls to an Aberdeen attacker who volleys it in the back of the net from about 7 yards. Really poor defending, not properly clearing it, and then again not picking them up. Really piss poor, to be honest, really bad. And then the adverse happened of the Hearts game, where we went a goal down when we started playing well. We started playing worse in this game, and really they were second to every ball. Aberdeen, again, as I said, were stifling the game. There was free kicks galore, there was niggly challenges galore, and we were playing right into Aberdeen's hands with this one. Nothing over the top in terms of fouls or anything like that. It was just wee niggly things. And Aberdeen, as much as they kind of stifled the game, we probably had more of the possession, but again we never really put their keeper under pressure. And when you're trying to shoot into a 6'5" keeper, you're going to have a pretty special shot to get past them, and we only done that really once tonight, and that was with Jack forcing a good save out of the keeper from a long range shot. 34th minute, Aberdeen got a player sent off for his second yellow card. It was a shocking high boot on Goldson, and he had just picked up a yellow card. I think it was around about 10 minutes before for the exact same thing, and he was probably their most menacing player at that point. And Kevin Thompson and Tom Miller were talking about him on the commentary, just to try and run him ragged so that he would use up some energy, and it would change the game for him. But he got himself sent off anyway. So obviously going into half time, we thought that we can't get any worse than this, because we never offered anything really in that first half. And there was a change at half time. Flanagan came off for Lafferty, and Middleton moved into left back, I think it was, so he was playing down the full wing. So this is why it was so strange at the AGM. He talked about having talking about Lee Wallace, and there's better options than left back. I don't really understand that whole thing, because you had Halliday on the bench there, who admittedly played brilliantly on the weekend there on Sunday, and now you're having to put Middleton, who's an attacking winger, into the left back position, it looked like. So I really don't understand that. And to be honest, I'm not sure if it worked, or it was just the usual boot up the arse they needed at half time, because we did start to come out the traps a wee bit more, and we started to play well. We were getting the ball forward, we were playing with a lot more urgency. Probably the closest we came all game of scoring was on the 50th minute. There was a lovely through ball the middle from Ejaria, lovely touch by Lafferty, and hits a snapshot with a save from the keeper, comes back out to Jack, who hits a brilliant shot, and it was an outstanding save, a diving save by the keeper to put it out for the corner. As I said, you're going to have a special shot to beat the keeper, and that was a very, very good shot, but just not special enough, unfortunately. And then the moment of madness, Morelos, when will he fucking learn? I am sick to death of this player now. I don't care how good a player he is. When he constantly does that, he is a liability. He was already on a yellow, and he got himself sent off in the 62nd minute for a second yellow card, and he lashed out with a forearm to the Aberdeen player after losing out the ball, and it was really a nothing challenge. The Aberdeen player done absolutely nothing to him, won the ball fair and square. Morelos makes a beeline for him, clear as day, tries to forearm smash him in the face. You cannot do that. And you know, for so long in the last maybe 7 or 8 games, he was reining his temper in, and there was just absolutely no need for that. And it was, you can never tell for certain, but arguably that cost us the game tonight, because we were on the ascendancy. Having that spare man was a massive benefit to us, and he just let everybody down, and you can't do that. I'm sorry. He's done it once too often now, and I am sick to death of him. I know what people will say, oh, you know, you're just throwing the dummies out the pram, but I'm sorry, you cannot have a player in the team that does that so often. It does not learn. You cannot do that. I'm sick to death of him with that one, and it leaves us short now, because he's going to be out for the next game through his stupid yellow cards anyway, and now he's going to be out for another game for picking up a red card here, so leaving us short once again. Absolute fucking tool. Anyway, really the rest of the game, it was a non-event. We had a couple of half chances. There was one chance right at the end of the game where it was right, you know, the keeper saved it fairly comfortably, and you know, really disappointing all round. And it's really more frustrating because Celtic conceded a last minute goal for them to draw the game tonight, so really disappointing. You know, obviously we can only play our game at the time, but you need to take advantage of setbacks for the opposition, and we haven't done that tonight. You know, Kilmarnock are now on top of the league. They're a point ahead. Admittedly, they've got a game in hand over us, and Celtic are now level in points with us, and they've got a game in hand. So, you know, I'm not going to throw the baby out the bathwater like a lot of people are probably going to do tonight. It swings and roundabouts. It's exceptionally disappointing. It's frustrating. It's anger, you know, I feel just now. But it's going to be back and forward the rest of the season. Celtic are going to drop points. We're going to drop points. I said this time and time again over when I've been doing these podcasts, and obviously Dave and I doing our main podcast. But we need to start taking advantage of setbacks from opposition teams, because we're never going to win the league if we don't. And you know, performances like tonight really need to stop, especially against Aberdeen, because it's, you know, frustrating. And I know there's going to be a few Aberdeen fans listening to this, and probably Celtic fans as well, so thanks for listening. So Dave and I will not be back until I think Tuesday for a main pod. Obviously our next game coming up is on Sunday against Dundee, which is a 13:30 kickoff, and that's an away game, so we can only hope we learn from that, but it certainly needs to be a lot better than tonight. So, as ever, you can check us out on our website, which is ireadypodcast.wordpress.com. We're on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Spotify, so you can check us out there. So, thanks for listening, and bye.